Paul, really appreciate you making the time. Thank you. You wrote today that the Liberal Party is now facing its worst ever crisis. What is on the line here for the party as the Liberals contemplate their future?
I think, Ash, virtually everything is on the line as far as the Liberal Party is concerned. And this is a problem that arose not just over the course of the last month. It's been years in the making. I'd take it back to the events of 2015 and 2016. But clearly, the defeat of Scott Morrison in 2022 was a warning sign. That was probably the worst defeat that the Liberals had suffered at that point in their history until, of course, this weekend's defeat. And the problem the Liberals face now is a problem of identity. It's a problem of structure, organisation and culture. The only way they can get out of this is to go back to the drawing board and revise the fundamentals of the party from top to bottom. That's going to be very hard.
You've seen many leaders come and go over the years. What do the Liberals need to consider as they now decide who is best placed to take the party forward?
Well, they've got three candidates and the party will have to decide who is the best out of those three candidates, obviously. But I guess the wider point to make is the talent they've lost over the last couple of parliaments is extraordinary. You just think of the people who've left the parliament for one reason or another. Abbott, Turnbull, Morrison, Dutton, Frydenberg, Cormann, Porter, Hunt, Bishop, Birmingham, Brandis. It's an extraordinary list. I mean, you've basically got a very good Liberal front bench in terms of people who are left. So there is a real talent problem in the party, and the new leader is going to have to exercise a lot of authority. The party faces the need for the most substantial reform since it was created by Sir Robert Menzies back in 1944, and that is going to be one hell of a task.
What does such an emphatic win for Labor mean for the direction that the country will now move in, and what sort of Prime Minister do you expect Anthony Albanese will be in his second term? Well,
I think Anthony Albanese is now a hero for the ages. There's no doubt that this result was unexpected. So we're having a narrow win 3 years ago when he first became Prime Minister. Albanese is now able to entrench himself in a majority position. His two-party preferred vote is a better vote than either Whitlam or Hawke or Kevin Rudd got the first time they became Prime Minister. This is an extraordinary result. What it means is that Albanese will govern for the coming term. At the end of that term, he'll be the second longest-serving Labor Prime Minister after Bob Hawke. Labor will be well positioned for a third term, and that, of course, means that over the next two terms it will have a great chance to impose its economic and social imprint on the country. But there's another situation I'd like to highlight, and that is when eventually Labor gets into trouble with the electorate, as it certainly will, that doesn't mean that the coalition will win an election. The consequence might well mean that Labor goes from being a majority government to a minority government. So in this sense, I think this election result really widens the options and possibilities for the structure of Australian politics.
Plenty of food for thought there for the Liberal Party as they contemplate what comes next. Paul Kelly, always appreciate your insights. Thank you for joining us.